Hello and welcome back. Welcome to my latest project. Started this morning on the Wicklow Way, and it's 130 kilometres from Clonegall, which is just after leaving it there. It's probably a kilometre away or so, but it's a beautiful little place. They take the tidy towns very serious there. It's gorgeous. Fair play to you. Yeah, so, and it goes all the way to over the Wicklow Mountains to Marley Park in Dublin. I've done a lot of it over the years, but never, it's a linear walk, so I've never done it from start to finish. Now obviously being a linear walk, you can start in Dublin and finish in Clonegall. I'm heading towards Dublin. Today's target, aim, objective is Tinahely. So I'm obviously not doing 130 kilometres in one day. I'm going to go as far as Tinahely, and I hope to get picked up there later on today. I'll probably have about 6 hours of walking, and then drop back to the car. So leaving the house this morning, I said to Sonia, just get the weather forecast. I realised I hadn't got it in a day or two, and she said, yeah, it's 100% chance of rain. Check it again, 100%. Oh, so anyway, I have the rain gear there. It's not raining at the minute, so weather forecast was wrong. Yeah, which it often is, but I'm sure at some stage today it's gonna rain on me. Okay, catch us in a bit. So the first hour was all boring, quiet road, so probably 5 kilometres. I'd say I passed 3 cars in the 5 kilometres, so very quiet. And I've just left that, and it's an uphill stretch here, and it seems to be going through a forestry area, so it's quite nice. It rained earlier on, so I always find the place looks particularly beautiful after a spell of rain. Yeah, it does something to the vegetation. Anyway, but there was one other walker heading the opposite way. I'd say he was a tourist. I'm just assuming that he had a funny twang, let's say. Yeah, I'm going down a rabbit hole here. No, he was a nice guy, and he was going the opposite directions, I said. So he started in Dublin. He was after doing a 40 kilometre day, 60, and he was finishing there with probably less than 30. He was under a bit of pressure, heavy backpack, and so I seen him in the distance. There was a kilometre straight stretch of board in, I could see him, but he didn't see me until I was a couple of metres in front of him. So his head was down, he's under pressure, and I thought to myself, I was talking to him a little while, nice guy. I was thinking to myself afterwards, so I mean, he's obviously pushing himself, you know, fair play. But with countryside like this, if your head is not up and you're not looking around and you're looking at your feet, what's the point? You might as well be on a treadmill somewhere. Yeah, no, just slow it down, lift your head up and take your breaks, I think. Certainly at my stage anyway. But yeah, it's gorgeous, beautiful. I hope the cameras do it justice. That 100% weather forecast, well, it's here. So I've been walking through a quilcher forest for the last probably hour, 5 kilometers. So coming back out onto road now. It rained for the entire time in the forest, but it wasn't bad. It was actually, it's not cold, there's no breeze, and as I said earlier, it actually makes the forest look particularly nice. Yeah, so back out onto the road now for a spell, and I have 3 maps with me today. Bit of an overkill: the Ordnance Survey, the East-West mapping, and a booklet you can buy for the Wicklow Way. It's a guide basically. Maps and that as well. Now, I haven't taken them out. I have to say, the Wicklow Way so far is so well signposted. You could do this in the dark, you know, compared to other waymark trails around the country where they're not as well maintained, some of them, and sometimes the signs are either gone, been stolen, or somebody might have had them all at home. Some weird guy that steals the signs, brings them home, or they're overgrown, vegetation, brambles, whatever. So you could go wrong on other trails, but not this one. This is very well done, so fair play to whoever looks after the Wicklow Way. Catch us in a bit. So just checking in, we're 3 hours into the walk, so I maintained, and that's roughly halfway. I haven't taken a map out yet. There's been really just no need. I passed 2 other walkers, 2 other hikers that are heading south. I'm going the opposite direction, so other than that it's quiet. I think that's because of the weather forecast. This is normally a busy trail. I think it's the most popular trail in the country, and quite a lot of tourists from overseas come over to do it, and particularly this time of the year. But it's been quiet today, and I think that's down to, as I say, the weather forecast was for rain for most of the day. It did rain a bit, but it's been quite pleasant. It's warm. I'm down to a t-shirt now, so it's probably perfect walking weather. And yeah, it's been a mixture of quiet roads, I call them boreens, and forest track service roads through quilcher forests. These are farmed forests. They're not natural forests. They're planted in rows and columns. I think it's a 40-year cycle. They're cut down for harvest for timber, and then new trees are planted. There is talk of moving away from that and moving more towards natural forests. They're better for the environment, seem. It's just harder to work with because of the mixture of the different species of trees, and getting inside the forest, maybe harvest a particular tree that's matured where the ones around it maybe aren't, so that makes it much more. These are all in rows and columns, so it's much more easier starting at the outside and walking across. Once upon a time in Ireland, seemingly, it said you could walk from one side to the other, or from top to the bottom, on the canopy of the trees, and your feet wouldn't touch the ground. So, junction here, better check, make sure I know which way I'm going. So 4 hours into the walk, and if my maths is right, walking on 5 kilometers an hour. That's kind of average. It's quite hilly here, so and some of the inclines are quite steep. That's going to slow you down. Actually, I'm very surprised just how hilly it is. So yeah, anyway, 5 kilometers per hour, 4 hours, 20 kilometers. I think it's a 30 kilometer a day. So 2/3 of the way there. And I read a few reviews online and looked at a couple of videos, and a lot of people seem to put this section of the Wicklow Way down. I think it's quite pleasant. I'm really enjoying it. I know Glendalough, Glenmalure, Larda, Dublin Mountains Way there, where Fairly Hill, Two Rock and so on. All that part of the route is spectacular. I've been there before, but it's probably because the reviews were kind of negative. I'm pleasantly surprised, so it's all good. And I nearly wasn't coming here because the rain. I was only going about the rain again, but it was quite heavy. Coming down on the M9 this morning, there was a downpour. It lasted a while, and I kind of doubt myself. I mean, mad, you know? A bit mad anyway, but yeah, no, I was going to turn back at one stage, and I'm glad now I didn't. So this section, Clonegall to Tinnahealy, is saying earlier on 30 odd kilometres, whatever, and there's nowhere to get water, or there's no shops along the way, so you have to bring everything with you when you leave Clonegall. So I had 4 litres of water and whatever, sandwiches and so on. But there is a pub. So is that the most typical Irish walking trail? You can't get any supplies, but you can get a pint of Guinness. So I duly had one, as you do. Can't walk past a pub. The principals wouldn't allow me. So yeah, it's 300 years old. Such character in the pub, unbelievable. And there's a sign on the door which I thought was fantastic. The condition upon entry is you must leave your emotions and your feelings outside at the door. Class. So, by all accounts, this was the location of a shop. Now I feel I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's pretty remote. There is houses scattered here and there, but it's pretty remote. So what you see here is the gates led up to a lane. Now it's overgrown now, but there was a lane there, and there was a shop at the top of the lane. It closed in the 60s. It was open for 100 years or something before that. This was built because the deliveries, lads bringing deliveries to the shop, wouldn't walk up the lane, and they said it was too far, so they drop off the stuff. That became a storeroom. The gates, by all accounts, are made from wrought iron beds. I mean, if you look closely to them, yeah, there is kind of the resemblance of maybe a wrought iron bed down in there. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. It's not quite your Tesco's. So I was walking along, and I come across a junction, and just there's something familiar about it, you know. I'm saying to myself, right, it's a small country, but there's a lot of junctions. but there was something going on. I said, I think I've been here before. Deja vu, I think that's what you call it. And I have been here before. So the 4 bounds loop, I don't know if you can see that up in the signpost there. 4 bounds loop. I done that before a couple of years ago. Goes up over, I think it's Musky Hill or something like that it's called. So obviously it's going along for a while. We're going down here to the right, and the 4 bounds loop and the Wicklow Way travel along side by side for a bit of a distance. I'm not sure how long, probably a couple of kilometres. Yeah, so I just thought it was amazing because there was something there going on. I don't know, the shape of the ground, I don't know what it does be, but it triggers a memory, and I love that. Fantastic. So this is the junction where I part company with the Wicklow Way. I'm heading to Tinahely. It's 2 kilometres, you can see there. And I hope we can pick up from Tinahely, all done well. So the next day, now I'll start here, or I think down there there's a road, and I think there's a car park, so I could be starting there. I've been down those steps before, and I think there's a car park there. So that's it, heading to Tinahely. Wicklow Way complete for the day. I don't know what I've done, probably 30 kilometres, give or take. That's Tinahely in the distance there. Okay, all good. So that's it. That's section complete, section 1 of the Wicklow Way. So I won't lie, it was harder than I was anticipating. It took longer. So I certainly didn't do the 5 kilometre hour that I had set myself. It's probably because it's so hilly. The terrain is quite undulating. It is up and down, and some fairly steep inclines. So it definitely slowed me down. But I'm here now in the village of Tinahely. It's beautiful. I'm waiting for my lift back to the car. And then should be home in about an hour and a half. So yeah, I'll just give you a quick look around. It's quite stunning, this village. Yeah, quite pretty. So that's it for now, and yeah, hope you enjoyed the video.